Field, have you heard anything about Aaron Jones? The Packers GM not too long ago said that they'd franchise him if he thought that was the best thing for the team, but it doesn't seem like they're going to do that. Have you heard anything about where he might wind up?
And a follow-up to that question, Field, how come when the GM says that and he says, like, we'll make a decision that's best for the team or whatever, it's like, that's what we're asking you, pal. Like, did anybody, how come that never happens? I apologize for that. But whenever he gave that big statement, it said nothing. And it's like, we're asking for you, pal, to give that answer. It's just, it's not an organizational philosophy to eschew the franchise tag, although he says there are usual better ways to avoid it. He says he'll use the franchise tag on Aaron Jones if that is what's best for the Packers. It's very much case by case. It's like, that's what we fucking asked you, pal. Like, what are you hearing over there?
Yeah, first of all, that's a big word to throw into a press conference.
Eschew,
right? Eschew the franchise tag.
Yeah.
Like, I had to look that one up when I first heard it.
So did we. It's great to know that you did as well. Yeah, it's great to know.
Two birds with a feather. I would say this.
Don't say
so I think it depends on where the franchise tag ends up because we're still waiting on the salary cap. I expect the number. I mean, as much as the salary cap being down is a detriment to basically the entire league, amongst the few areas where things will help just a little bit. And again, you don't really given how low the salary cap is, like they're not really wins, but because franchise tags will be a little bit more affordable this year with the salary cap being down, maybe that breathes some life into Aaron Jones getting a franchise tag. But oftentimes, guys, I just look backwards here. The Packers used a second-round pick last year on, as you do as well, on A.J. Dillon. I know friend of the program, A.J. Dillon. So you've got a guy in A.J. Dillon who ran well down the stretch last year. The Packers did give him some work, even when Aaron Jones is healthy and on the field, that you're going to have to make tough decisions this year as a Packers organization. And while I'm sure Aaron Rodgers and many, if not all the Packers would prefer that Aaron Jones is still there, this team's feeling the cap crunch a little bit, and running back is a position that we know much more than others is easier to find replacement players. Aaron Jones himself is a good example. He was a fifth-round pick all the way back when he was drafted in 2017. So, this is an example of a player that, the best way to replace him might be to go find the next Aaron Jones out of UTEP.
Yeah, dynamic players are always difficult to replace, and I think Aaron Jones has become a dynamic player. But you're right, it does feel like there are more successful running backs than other positions that are a little bit scarce.